Montana House of Representatives voted today to block Democrat Zoe Zephyr from entering the House chamber for the rest of the session. But she will still be allowed to vote on legislation remotely. The party line vote capped a week-long saga that began as Zephyr, the first transgender member of the state legislature, spoke out against a series of anti-trans bills being debated, and continued earlier this week when her supporters...
You know, this isn't the end of this. Right now, it's her being forced out of the voting process for her disruption, his disruption, excuse me. And before long, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be the Christian voices, or, you know, just conservative voices will be pushed out for their disruption. This is a religion, whether they know it or not. It's a demonic force, and it is part of a religion. It's part of the cabal. It's Gnosticism. You know, the whole pyramid with the all-seeing eye. Everyone says that's God. You know, the eye is supposed to represent. It's not. They believe that by them being trans and being both genders, essentially, they are like a perfect being, you know, where it's the Adam Kadmon. It's a perversion of Genesis, the story of Genesis and creation, and it's the idea that God had separated a once hermaphroditic being into men and women. And so by them becoming transgender, they are returning to the more perfect being. And that top cap of the pyramid, they see themselves as, in their own prophetic futures of their twisted perversions, which has them as the elevated ones, the ones to be at the top of the pyramid dictating to their lesser below, because they are the more perfect ones. In their mind, that's what it is. I don't know if this person is a Gnostic. I wouldn't be surprised if they are. But even if they're not part of the religion, the force of that religion is very real. It's the force of evil. And you could choose which side you're on. You know, of course, you'll be rewarded in this life, maybe, through benefit or favor by going to the forces of darkness. But you'll be severely disappointed once you get to the afterlife, because you are being sold a lie. And if you think you're going to be rewarded for your service, you'll be severely mistaken once you get there. You've just been had. You're a tool, and the devil is using you and exploiting you. And you're a fool for doing it. But this isn't going to go away. It's going to keep going until the time of Jesus returning. But I just saw this image here, and it's just, this is one that's out in the open as a transgender person, but there's many that have been undercover, and they're even on the conservative side, but they're not revealing themselves. But now it's getting even more bold, where they're openly revealing themselves, and it's going to be more commonplace. And the tables will turn the other direction. It'll be opposite of what you're seeing here. Or at least I believe so. Hopefully, Jesus returns before that. Hopefully he comes really before any of it goes any further. I could have him come today. Of course, now is not the time. I don't know when the time is, but exactly. But just judging by current events, we're not there yet. But I would say the hour is upon us. It's very close. I'm watching current events turn into what I see in the Bible. So oftentimes I'll be reading my Bible, and if someone asks me what I'm reading, I could tell them current events, because we're seeing it happen before our eyes. It's going to keep getting worse, more and more frequent, like birthing pains, is what we're told.